Want to sit with mommy? Good. Hello, I am Jennifer Elizabeth Masters, and this video is all about stretching. You know, there's a lot of different ways that we can stretch ourselves. We can move beyond the limits that we've set for ourselves. We can move beyond what our family has done. We might be better educated. We may make more money. We may travel more than our family did. But there's a lot of ways that we hold ourselves back because we get comfortable. And when we are comfortable, we're going to, maybe get cozy on the couch. We may get used to wearing sweats every day. We may decide, oh, fuck it, I don't want to do my hair. I won't do my makeup. I will stay inside when it's cold outside because I'm comfortable here. And what happens when we stay in our comfort zone is we don't grow. And I'm all about growth and transformation. I have changed myself in untold ways. I am not the same person I was a month ago, 6 months ago, and I'm certainly not the same person I was 10, 20, or 30 years ago. And so stretching ourselves allows us to be infinite, to step into the quantum field, to heal ourselves, to heal the past, heal the multi-generations of maybe abuse or illness, whatever it is that you have set forth for you to do, or perhaps you're all about helping other people transform themselves. So if we are not stretching ourselves beyond where we've been before, we can only help our clients to a certain extent. So we have to constantly be growing. So let's just talk about the body, okay? So I could be limiting myself with, oh, I don't want to go to the gym, have to wear a mask, so I won't exercise. Well, I choose to take care of this body because, it's, sure, it would be a lot more fun to just curl up on the couch with a bunch of cookies and Oreos or whatever and some tea and just sit there and watch Netflix all day, binge watch, that could be very comfortable, but we don't grow when we do those things. So I invite you, I ask you, what things have you been doing to allow yourself to grow while we're in the middle of such huge earth change here? What are you doing to grow yourself, to expand beyond the past limitations that you've held for yourself? Now, it could be a physical thing. Maybe your posture isn't what it needs to be. Maybe you need to be stretched. And I'll tell you what caused that for me. I was in a car accident with my daughter, I think it was 2 years ago, sitting stationary at a light. Sometimes the things that happen to us are exactly what we need to catapult us into the next phase. My posture wasn't great. And 6 months of very expensive PT, physical therapy, and my posture's much better. The ballerinas, have the string from the top of their head, keeping them erect. And let me just tell you, if our posture isn't good now, what's it going to be like in 10 years or 20 years? My mother, 98 years old, holds herself erect. Her neck, her posture is excellent. She looks 20 years younger than she is. And so if we start to extend our neck forward because it's lazy, because it feels more comfortable, we're not really standing in the truth of who we are, because what are we? Homo erectus. We are supposed to be erect, we're not Homo hunch estus. We are Homo erectus. We are to stand erect. So that's one way you could stretch yourself. Another is, stretching your arms as far as they can, stretching yourself in the morning, standing as tall as you can, bending down, deep stretch into the floor. That's another way we could stretch ourselves, but we can also go beyond the limits that we've known before. We can get out in the cold or the hot. We can go for a swim, go for a fast walk, do something different, because if you're doing the same thing that you did yesterday or that you did a week ago or a month ago, there's no growth, there's no stretching. And what I will tell you is joy, excuse me, joy comes from stretching us beyond where we were 10 years ago, 20 years ago. If you are still telling yourself the story, he hurt me, I divorced him, I never want to get married again, you are not stretching yourself, you're living in self-pity, and you are not growing. And when we don't grow, we don't live in joy. We're actually waiting to die. I was going to call this video, Are You Waiting to Die, or Are You Thriving and Living? I was going to call it that, but I thought nobody'd watch it. So the truth is, we have to take care of our physical body, and that's plenty of water, exercise, movement, but we also have to take care of this, learning, growing, doing something new to expand ourselves beyond where we're at right now. And, you know, if you've had a pattern, let's say, of self-sabotage, maybe you want to hire somebody to help you with that. Or maybe you've had a pattern of not receiving love because your mother was a narcissist and you can't bond with people, so you have a hard time receiving love. That could be something you want to stretch and grow beyond. Why? Because when you can receive love, well, A, it's a wonderful feeling to be able to receive love, and B, it is the truth of who you are. So to be sovereign, we need to be constantly learning, growing, and expanding. And so I'm stretching, I am stretching, I am stretching, and I'm pushing the limits of myself on a daily basis. Now, I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm not saying that I don't have to ask somebody to kick me in the tuchus every now and then, because sometimes, you know, we have to get over our bad selves. We have to move beyond the personal limitations that we have. Sometimes, you know, doing something new is scary. And so we have to take our foot off the brake while it's on the gas, because there's no forward movement when we've got one foot on the brake and the other on the gas. We are in a stuttering place of no movement. So I love Bill Murray, and one of my favorite movies with him was What About Bob? And Bill Murray suffers from psychosis and neediness. He's hugely needy. It's, oh, give me, give me. But the thing of it is that when we want people to give to us, we have to be able to receive. And if our hearts are blocked or closed and we're living in old patterns, we need to break free of those old patterns. We have to move beyond where we were yesterday and a year ago. And if you are still stuck in, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship because he hurt me and my parents hurt me, and you know what? I had all that stuff, people. We have to move beyond. That's a limitation. It's a limiting belief to think that you cannot move beyond that or break free of that. That is all about you, not them. And we have to stop, because I did it. I used to blame everybody. But what if, let me just ask you this question, what if all that crappy stuff that happened to you was to serve you in your highest and best good? And what if you are supposed to grow beyond those limiting beliefs? What if on the other side of that fear of a new relationship is amazing joy and, wow, even sex? Holy cow, wow, what? Oh geez, I could have had a V8. Or you stay in the story and stay where you're at and not move beyond those limiting beliefs. Let me just tell you, there was a time when I had psychosis. I moved beyond it. I had depression. I had anxiety. I healed it. I moved beyond it. And so this is what I help coaches and healers do, to move beyond where they're at so that they can help their clients lift and reach for the stars. And here's the thing, people. Every one of us has the ability to reach beyond where we're at. We all have the ability to be bigger, better, and more beautiful and radiant beings. But we have to stop living in the past story, and we have to take responsibility for ourselves and our part in that past. Because maybe, just maybe, do you think maybe you asked for it so that you could grow, so that you could raise yourself to the highest possible level beyond anything that you'd ever imagined? Maybe that's the truth. So I'm going to leave you with this. If we're not stretching ourselves, if we're not expanding our auric field, if we're not moving our energy beyond, oh, I've been hurt and I don't want to be hurt again. If we're not, we got to break through this, bust through it. And we all have the ability to do so, because living in joy and wonder and the innocence of a child can be yours. You could be living a miraculous life on a daily basis if you would just get over your bad self and reach for the stars, because I know that you can do it. I know that you have the power and you have the ability, but it's a matter of busting through the limiting beliefs, stretching beyond where you've gone before. I know you can do it, because I have, and I'm not special. I just have huge determination, and I knew that there was something way better than what my life was back then. As a matter of fact, I knew at the age of 16, there is something way better than this BS. So, if you're not reaching for the stars, you're not thriving. So, stretch yourself, move beyond your limitations, your limiting beliefs. I know you can do it. Sending you lots of love today. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Mwah! Thank you so much for watching. And Percy is saying hello, and lots of love to you all. Thanks for being here.